but we say market, right? It goes up and down. We call that inflection, right? So try to have that inflection when you're reading would, would, da-da, would, would, would. Would you like to go? Would. Did you hear that inflection? Would. The
Yes, I
would.
do.
Okay.
But I always have problem when I apply to read in the sentence.
Okay. Well, then read slow if you have to. Okay. So what is your question?
Yes. As you told me, with the words with the ending k, t, or ct,
Uh-huh.
we should pronounce it like k, t. But
Okay.
actually,
It's like
when I heard you reading, I can hear only the t at the ending.
do you know why?
I don't know because
Okay.
you told me that t
Notice,
in the end is not.
do you know why? I'm
Uh,
linking. Now look at the word expect to. Is there another to in there? Expect to. Notice I don't say expect and then to. I am linking the two T together. Expect to. Expect to. Expect to.
expect to.
Right? Um,
Expect to.
we don't read word for word in America. We don't. We don't talk word for word. We link the sound together. If I were to read it, say, in the United States, we expect, right? Then I would do the kt. But if I don't, if I link the word expect and the word to, I'm going to say expect to. Just like when you say the word going to, I'm going to say I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. Kind of like that.
Okay, so could you please let me read one sentence and could you please tell me if it more sounds more natural or not?
Okay.
Okay. For example, in the United States, we expect to compete in every aspect of our lives.
Very good. Try that one more time.
Okay. For example, in the unit, for example, in the United States, we expect to compete in
Nope.
every aspect
Don't
of
stop
our
at the
life.
word expect. Just say we expect to, right?
We expect to compete in every aspect of our lives.
Very good. Every aspect of. You add in the word of. Aspect of, right?
Aspect
Aspect
of
of,
our
right? So
lives.
you notice when I don't say the T, aspect of, right? So, for
Yes,
example, in the United States, we expect to compete in every aspect of our life. You don't hear that little t, right?
yes, yes.
All right.
Exactly. Okay, so I think I got something. I
Um,
will try to remember
if
and
you
apply.
if you have time, go into my corner on the forum and search for linking. Linking. You can link vowel and vowel together. You can link vowel and consonant. You can link basically almost everything together. But the problem is how do you link it? How will it sound like? Okay? That's what I
Yes.
want you to focus on. How would it sound like if it's linking? For example, when you say the word want to go, why do we say the word want to? And we can say wanna. I wanna go, right? It's a short way to say it. And it makes it more natural. I would have to say, I want to go home. Listen to if I have to say it slowly. I want to go home. I want to, right? I would have to say two T at the same time. I would have to say t, 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 t. I would want t, t, right? I would have to say two T. But instead, I say, I want to go home. Did you hear that? One breath. I don't have to stop. I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home,
Yes.
right?
The problem is how can we read
Well,
like that or how can we speak
you
like
can.
that?
You can. You can train yourself. Don't pick long sentences. Pick short sentences or short phrases, right? The best thing to do, learn intonations is phrases. And learning this, if you can learn this for me, okay?
Yes.
Here, say 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hakayibna.
One,
Dada.
two,
Can
three.
you say this? Dada. Dada.
Dada.
Da-da-da.
Da da da.
Da-da-da.
Da da da.
I want to go home.
I want to I
Not,
wanna go home.
no, no, no,
I
no.
wanna go
No, no, no,
home.
no, no. It's da-da-da.
I
Da-da-da.
wanna
Da-da-da.
I want to home. I
No,
wanna go home.
no, listen, listen. Da-da-da. And I'm saying it slowly. Da-da-da. I wanna go home. Da da da. There's four words nhưng mà ba nhịp. I wanna go home. Da da da. Da da da. I wanna go home. Da da
I
da.
wanna go home.
I wanna go home. Can you say that?
I wanna go home.
Perfect. I wanna go home.
I wanna go home.
No, I
I want. I
wanna.
want. I
I
wanna go
wanna.
home.
Okay, say it slowly with me. I wanna
I wanna
go home.
home.
The word I wanna go together, go home go together, and then you add it. I wanna go home.
I wanna go home.
Perfect. Again, I wanna go home.
I wanna go home.
Now you don't say it fast. Linking does not mean you are saying it fast. Linking is mean you're adding the sound, you're connecting the sound together like a chain, right? You can say it slow and it still sounds like you're linking. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. Da da da. Right? The same way. Now you try it.
I wanna. I wanna go. I
Okay.
wanna go home.
Now say this with me. I wanna
I wanna
go home.
go home.
Wanna will be up. Cái giọng của mình nó đưa lên and cái chữ go home, cái nó đưa xuống cái chữ home. I wanna go home.
I wanna go home.
Perfect. Perfect. Again.
I wanna go home.
Perfect. Now, do you see the way how it glides? It goes up and down, like the wave in the sea, right? Da da da,
Yes.
da da da. You want it to be smooth, right? You want it to be smooth. So if I were to read this, listen to how I would read this. There is a culture in this country, whether spoken or unspoken, that manifests itself into everything we say, do, or think. For example, in the United States, we expect to compete in every aspect of our lives. At the same time, we expect to compete. We also expect to be given equal opportunity to grow in our own potential. We believe in all. We believe we all have equal rights under the law, right? I can even stop if I want to. I don't want to stop. I don't have to stop. The emphasis is depend on you. What you think is important for your listener to catch.
Yes. I
There.
got it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. And I will try to practice more with the
Okay.
American intonation.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Let's move on to the next person. That is PTT. PTT. Ok, bắt đầu tới cái lesson 100 là mình không có đi qua phonics cho các bạn nữa nha. Expect you guys to know how to write simple words correctly. Mình sẽ đi qua American accent. I'm gonna make you guys, I'm gonna force you guys. You guys gonna sound so funny, but once you guys are done, you know, sounding funny, you guys are going to read like an American and talk like an American. So PTT, are you there, PTT? PTT? Okay, PTT is not here. Let's move on to the next person. The next person is Heal the Wound. Heal the wound. Heal the wound of the broken heart. Can you call me? Không biết thầy Hill này có kiếm được cái cô nào mà heal cái wound chưa hả? Mình thấy mang cái nick này cũng cả năm rồi mà không biết có kiếm ra được cô nào không ha? Các bạn biết Tranh có một đứa cháu 6 tuổi. Cô ta khi mà cô ta đẻ ra đó, cô ta có một cái speech impediment. Ok, cô ta 6 tuổi nhưng mà cô ta nói ít lắm, nói rất là ít. Và she has a limited in learning. Tại vì cái lỗ tai bên tay phải của cô ta đó không có nghe, là lỗ tai bên tay trái đó cô ta nghe được có 70% thôi. Nên khi mà mình ở nhà mình visit cô ta đó, mình dạy phonics cho cô ta mà cô ta rất là chậm. Ok, cô ta learn rất là chậm, tội nghiệp lắm. Ok. Ở trong trường đó, khi mà cô ta đi học đó, cô ta phải cần có một cái microphone. Ok. No sorry, để mình nói lại, không phải cần một cái microphone mà cần cái headphones. Ok, cô ta cần cái headphone. Tại vì người thầy giáo mà giảng bài cho cô ta đó, cô ta phải ngồi trước mặt thầy giáo và phải nghe trong cái speaker đó. Okay, mà khi mà cô ta nghe đó, she can read your lips. Okay, cái tiếng chưa ra nhưng mà cô ta đã biết cái chữ đó là gì rồi, nên mình mong là các bạn khi mà các bạn tập phát âm đó, các bạn cố gắng, ok, lấy cái kiến đó, ok, lấy cái kiến, các bạn nhìn vào cái miệng, cái vị trí của cái miệng của các bạn để thế nào, nên khi các bạn đọc những cái chữ mà nó có similar sounds đó, thì các bạn có thể biết cái cách mình sẽ phát âm ra thế nào. Ok, so try your best to do that. Learn the position of your tongue and your mouth when you are speaking. Hello, Hilda Moon. How are you?
Hello.
Hello. That was my trademarks. Okay. I wanted to ask you, Hilda Moon, for next weekend, if you can be the recorder for the event.
Yes.
Okay, great. Because I know you. I know you always do that without, any one of us asking. But I'm gonna ask if you can be the recorder. Try to record any moment that is memorable. Maybe like
Yeah, yes,
like
I will leave my computer open and record it even though I go to sleep.
Oh, perfect,
So
perfect. Ai mà khóc, mà ai mà năn nỉ, mà ai mà donate tiền nhiều đó, record mấy cái khúc đó để mình post lên.
yeah, and
Okay.
then I will cut it and post on forum
Yeah, perfect.
as soon as possible.
Perfect. Okay. So I know that you live in the United States. So tell me, since being in the United States, what are the differences in the United States compared from Vietnam? Because you live in Vietnam for quite some time, right? You came here just a few years ago.
Yes.
So tell me, what are the differences among the two cultures?
The differences among two cultures is about the consideration between people relationship. Um, in Vietnam, we most focus on
We
the
mostly.
relationship between family members,
Hmm.
and it's simply lacking on American culture.
So you think that American culture don't have that closeness with among the family, correct?
They have that. Uh, they do, but because American cultures they respect people private. So sometimes that the parent um,
It's
um,
called independent. American culture are very independent. By 18, they want to go out. They want to do stuff on their own. They don't like to ask other people for help. That's one of the things that I have to agree with you. American people don't have that unity and that closeness of a family like Asian culture. Not just Vietnamese, but like Asian culture. That I have
yes.
to agree with you. Now, what else? What else do you find the differences among American and Asian culture? Not just Vietnamese, but Asian culture. Because I notice whether you're Chinese, Japanese, we do have that similarities, right? Among the culture. So that's why I said Asian culture, not just Vietnamese culture, but Asian culture. So what else do you notice differently?
The funny the funny and very obvious that in American we get lie, but in Vietnam
In America,
it's not.
in America,
Yeah, in America that we will get in line and we will respect first come first serve. In Vietnam that you cannot see that
that is correct. That is
properly.
correct. I have to say you picked the two most important thing, right? America, we are very we're we respect people's privacy and people's space, right? We don't touch other people if we don't know them. Even if we know them, we don't touch them, we don't hold their hands, right? If I was in line first, I would go first. We believe in first come, first serve. If you want to be served, you have to be there early, right? We believe in cohesiveness and orderliness, right? Mình thấy không nha, nhưng mà mình có coi một cái mình có coi một cái documentary là The Last Train, của cái documentary của người Tàu mà đi làm hãng xưởng, mà khi mà họ về thăm quê đó, mà họ lại cả đống cả triệu ngàn luôn, mà they don't get in line, they're just like all over the places, right? That's their culture. That's how they deal with things, because they don't care about you. If they want to go somewhere, they just go. They want to be the first one. So they don't respect the
Yes.
spaces. That's good. So one